Adventureman podcast. It's episode 20. You know what that means. It's the 20th episode.
In April, so it's 420.
Oh, shit. Yeah, in 2020? I don't know.
It works.
I don't know. Hey, also, last episode, we didn't introduce ourselves. So I'm Ryan.
I'm Adrian.
And I'm Jason.
So what have you guys been up to?
I finished uploading all our old episodes onto YouTube. So you can now listen to all of our old episodes on YouTube if you want like a static image of our logo while the episode plays.
Don't start on episode 19. You won't know who we are.
Oh, no. Yeah, I'll just put a little disclaimer at the beginning. I've been playing Warhammer Inquisitor Martyr, or however you say that name. It's really good.
Yes. I told you to get it, and then
And other than that, they have it on sale still, I think.
I don't know. Yeah.
If you want a good hack and slash looter shoot, it's not shooter, looter, it's really fun. And I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing. And I mean a lot of Animal Crossing.
I heard that's like really good.
It's really good, but it's the perfect thing for right now because it's to explain Animal Crossing, like it's just kind of a life simulator, but it's like there's not a lot to do and it's all based off of real time in the game. So like you start to build a house and then it's like, well, you have to wait until tomorrow for it to finish. So you're done for the day unless you cheat the system and change the time in your Switch, which a lot of people do, but I don't like doing that.
Sons of bitches.
Yeah. And I finished the fucking Tiger King yesterday.
You haven't even started it, have you, Adrian?
I don't know. I don't know about this Tiger King thing.
Yeah, watch it. Supposedly he has coronavirus now.
He has it?
Yeah. He's isolated in his own little area because he supposedly has coronavirus now. That's the most 2020 thing to happen is Tiger King gets coronavirus.
Oh my god.
What about you, Ryan? What you been up to?
Nothing. I've been homeschooling, kind of getting into a rhythm with that with Ben. Lily's pretty much taking care of herself, which is good because I am too stupid for high school math. All the other stuff I could probably bullshit my way through, but the math I don't know, YouTube it. I'm sorry.
I just got that image from like Incredibles 2 where he's like, math is math.
They did that with Ben. I was doing some math and they're like, make a model, and then they started like drawing these things that counted as hundreds and these things that counted as tens. And I was like, no, just line those things up on top of each other and subtract that shit. Like, what are we doing here?
Wasn't there like a weird math now?
Yeah, Lily had that, but I haven't seen that with Ben yet. But Lily had some stuff where I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, it was weird. Like, I gave her the right answer, but it was nowhere near, like, how they wanted me to get it. And I was like, I don't know what this is, Lily. Like, they said to show your work, you can write out, like, I wrote a note to the teacher on it that was like, I have no idea what this is. We got it right, like, but this is stupid. Lily is playing Animal Crossing, her and Ben, here and there. I picked that up for them. She's really enjoying it. She like went in and found a pattern online for the Lydia's dress from Beetlejuice, so her character's wearing that. Building houses, getting in debt, all that fun stuff.
It's life.
I went back to Sekiro finally. I beat the boss that I was stuck on kind of real quickly. It was kind of funny. I ran around like a few different areas just to kind of get back into the groove of it. Just after playing Ninja Gaiden, which is a totally different type of ninja game, which is based around, running up to enemies and pulling combos and stuff, where Sekiro is much more methodical and tactical.
Yes.
So, but I went in and kicked his ass, and now I am at the end game. Right now I'm just farming and gathering materials and stuff to upgrade as much as I can before I do the final push.
You beat that Secret Boss?
No, I
Yeah.
haven't yet.
that
I
guy.
came real close, but I kind of ran out of some of the stuff I was using to fight him. So that's when I kind of went back and started farming, and then kind of got hooked on going back and killing all the optional things that I hadn't done yet. So, but I am getting pretty close to the end of that. It seems.
Yeah, you fought my favorite Souls boss too, so
Yeah.
I love that thing.
Doom Eternal should be delivered soon.
Yay!
Yeah, I don't know exactly when, just because the way
Amazon.
that stuff's happening now. I got it through Target, so it should be a little quicker, I guess. I'm not sure.
Did
Whatever.
you get it on sale or something?
No. It was part of the buy two get one free, but their selection was really picked over, and I got Animal Crossing as well.
Okay.
So that wasn't part of the buy two get one free because Nintendo's gonna Nintendo. So
Yeah.
other than that, my wife and I have been watching Letterkenny still. And that show is freaking hilarious. You should totally watch that. It's on Hulu. It's just about a bunch of Canadian hicks. It's if Trailer Park Boys wasn't so like stupid and ridiculous.
Aw.
But it's super funny. Like we've
Okay.
really enjoyed that. And Impractical Jokers is on all the time. We got like YouTube TV, so I've just been watching that. Like when I'm not doing anything, I'm just kind of goofing around on something. I just have Impractical Jokers on in the background because that show's awesome. So, and on YouTube, I've just been watching a lot of Zach Morris's Trash, which is like a Funny or Die thing where they just break down and recap Saved by the Bell episodes, but through the lens of Zach Morris being trash and how big of a piece of shit he was.
It really was.
Just watch some of the videos. It's really funny. They really just break it down, and it's like, yeah. But I don't know. For some reason, I've been watching those, and kind of like the G.I. Joe parody things.
God,
I just kind of
no.
Yes.
I
That's
kind of
the
got
best.
hooked on like this is not as funny as that to me, but I'm just kind of hooked on just watching that. Kind of like I did with the What Up With That on SNL. I got hooked on watching those for some random reason.
Have you seen
Don't
those
understand.
Captain Planet with the
Don
Don
Cheadle?
Cheadle?
Yes.
Those are pretty good too.
Yeah. And that's my week. How about you there, buddy?
I'm still working, thank God.
Must be nice. Way to rub it in, asshole.
Hey, I'm working
Yeah.
too.
Um,
Essential.
we're essential. Yeah, Carrie, she's working from home, so she watches the baby all day and works, so she's just like drained by the time I get home. So like, as soon as I get home, I take over, watching Charlotte.
Dude, she doesn't listen to our
Uh,
podcast, so she fucking deserves it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck off, Carrie.
So like I get like very little time to myself like during the week. So that's why I really look forward to like the weekends, just kind of just chill and do nothing. After I put the baby to bed, I'll like play some games or something. I started that Shadow of the Ninja. It's it's on the NES download, the NES Switch download.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one?
I lost my connection to that because my Switch online expired, and I highly doubt I'll renew that anytime soon. So
$5. So that I could get those QR codes. I'm ashamed.
yeah,
It's a pretty good game. Kind of remind me of Ninja Gaiden. Got little extra weapons on there. What else? I've downloaded Resident Evil 4. I'll start that tonight.
cool. It's a good one. Did you
Yeah.
ever play that?
Does it still have tank controllers?
Yeah, I've beaten it.
Okay. No, it doesn't have tank controls. This
Okay,
was
good.
the Resident Evil 4 was the first one that kind of went a little bit more towards the action aspect, but 4 was by far the most traditional of the ones that did that. 5 is when it really started to just shit the bed.
And then 7 is whenever they went a completely different route. And did
Yeah,
first
but
person.
yeah, but still that was more true to the roots of Resident Evil than 6 was, where 6 was just
Bull crap.
horse shit.
Well, 5 wasn't one of them like in Africa or something like that?
Yeah,
That's
five.
5.
5 was
The
Muscle
co-op
Chris,
one.
where Chris for some reason got super jacked at some point, and Sheva.
And 6 is the one where Wesker is like punching a helicopter.
I don't know. I know part of it you play as Wesker's son or something.
I don't know.
It's not good. I played
6
a
is the
chunk.
most like the movies.
I played a chunk of 6, and I don't remember any of it because it was not good. But
Not
4 is
Dino
good. You
Crisis.
should totally play it.
I want a Dino
Yeah,
Crisis remake.
4, I think 4 is like the easiest one to just kind of jump into it. That's the one that I started with. It's easy to just kind of jump into it if you don't know what you're doing. And then from 4, I went back and played the other ones.
Okay. I'll look into it. I think it's on sale right now.
Yeah, you can usually get it for $20 or less.
Yeah,
It's-
I think
it
it was
was like
$20,
$10, I think, right now.
Well, damn, I paid like $30 on Switch.
Well, that's because you're using a Switch and not your PlayStation 4 that's rotting in a closet.
Oh yeah.
Got to pay that Nintendo tax.
What else? I haven't really started any shows. Everyone's talking about this Tiger thing.
Watch it.
Yeah, I'll get into that.
You just like sit down and actually watch it. Don't put it on as background noise. Just sit there and actually watch like the first episode, and you'll be like, "What the shit? I have to watch this."
Mm-hmm.
And then last week, I did that little home theater thing, and we bought Onward,
Mm-hmm.
and I found out that it's free now.
Yeah, I told you that last week.
I was thinking there was like a 2-3 week difference or something. I was like, all right, I'll just buy it, whatever.
It was like
No,
2 weeks.
You could have
Total.
bought Sonic.
no, but that's the thing now. Like this week we're gonna rent Sonic, and do the whole home theater setup again.
I think we're gonna do the Impractical Jokers movie. We kind of talked about that. So,
But yeah, other than that, that's kind of it.
all right. Well, we'll go to news now. And gonna start off with some sad news due to COVID-19. The Last of Us 2 and Iron Man VR have been postponed indefinitely. There is no new release date. They're not sure when they're going to be able to get them out. So,
Why would they postpone it?
there's no, like, the supply chain and the launch of it just wouldn't be good.
I also
Like-
don't think that they can make it yet.
Yeah, I think Doom and Final Fantasy VII Remake, which Final Fantasy VII Remake is having some issues, but those discs were already made. They same with like Animal Crossing and Resident Evil 3 Remake. Those games were made. They just needed to be shipped and put in stores. Last of Us Part 2 hasn't been made yet. The supply chain and everything right now is not focused on making Blu-rays. It's focused on making masks and, you know, things that are needed for the pandemic. So I get why it's delayed. I understand. I kind of expected it. I expect more games to be pushed. My question, and this is totally speculation on my part, is Last of Us Part 2 just going to skip PS4 now and be a PS5 launch title?
I don't think so.
Do you think they're going to launch at the same time?
I think
PS
it'll launch around the same window. But I just don't think The Last of Us 2 is a PS5 game. I think it's strictly PS4 with PS5 capabilities to like make it load faster.
Yeah.
But they've already said that it's not a PS5 game. It's not like they're not doing like Grand Theft Auto where they're going to have like a better version of it on the next console. Or
Yeah.
the original Last of Us. It's not like The Last of Us is going to have a remastered version on PS5. It's just...
I think it will.
You think it'll have like an upgraded
I
version?
think
Yes.
I think this whole thing is gonna kind of change like everything.
Ghost of Tsushima will probably have a PS5 updated version.
I think that the PS4 games that are out on PS4 will just run better on it.
Yeah, I mean, but why do that when you can sell 2 copies of the game? I hope it's just you put your PS4 disc in and it runs like an upscaled, faster load time version of it, but
Because that's what that's the difference between PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 4 Pro.
well, this
But
is
with-
a
but- yeah, but
completely
this is a
different
brand new
console.
console. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yep. Black Widow is pushed to November now.
Eternals is pushed to March.
So, well, yeah.
That's
I
good.
think-
Like I do want to see MC. Like I would wait a few months to watch MCU movies in the theater.
I care less about the Black Widow than other ones, so I would totally be cool with seeing it at home.
Yeah. I don't know. It really depends on how it ends.
Yeah, I mean, it really seems like Disney has been pushing things onto Disney Plus early already. They did it with Onward. Artemis Fowl is not going to be released in theaters. It's going straight to Disney Plus now.
Yeah, but that looked like trash anyways.
Yeah, but I'm saying Disney has been much more open to releasing things on Disney Plus. So they seem dead set on this getting a theatrical release.
Yeah.
So, cool.
Did you hear that they got the new little icons on Disney Plus?
Oh, for X-Men?
Yeah, there's like X-Men ones.
Yeah, they're all based off the cartoon. I think they just added them on there as fan service stuff.
Guess
Oh.
I'll be Gambit now.
Yeah, you're always Gambit.
I was originally Mushu.
Huh?
Still waiting on that Song of the South.
Huh. Keep waiting. Also, Captain Marvel 2 is official. Surprise! I guess
Yeah.
not anyone. So,
No. And they said untitled, like an untitled Disney movie or a Marvel film. I'm thinking that's going to be Fantastic Four.
who knows? We'll see.
Because they would have said Guardians 3 if it was Guardians.
Well, what year is it?
2022?
Yeah.
That'd be
We'll see.
Phase 5.
It's Phase 4.
Yeah,
Phase 4.
I don't even know
they'll
anymore.
end Phase 4 with either a Fantastic Four or an X-Men kind of big holy shit movie.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
Phase 4 is weird.
Fantastic Four's been a swing and a miss pretty much every time, so they got to get the right director and the right cast and everything for that. So
No,
Right script.
I trust Kevin Feige.
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 Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
A Star Wars fan animated the Duel of the Fates Colin Trevorrow script and put it on YouTube. It's pretty cool. Adrian, go check it out. You might like it.
Yeah, I heard about this. I'm already
It's actually pretty good.
yeah, I'm already liking what I've heard so far. I've seen like a concise version of the script,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it's a story and not a fetch quest fucking MacGuffin movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still okay with Rise of Skywalker, but Duel of the Fates seems pretty neat. The title's kind of dumb.
My interest in watching Rise of Skywalker is almost non-existent now. I just don't care to see it again for whatever reason.
Thank you.
I didn't dislike it in the theater, but do I need to see it again? Like, no, not really. I would watch it again, but I'm not going to go out of my way to be like, ooh, let's watch this. But if like Lily or Ben was like, hey, I want to watch, and I don't think Lily will, because I don't think Lily liked it all that much either.
There's
Good, Lily.
certain moments of that movie that I thoroughly
Yeah.
enjoyed.
Yeah,
And then there's other moments that I can tune out. So
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. Like, I really enjoyed the lightsaber fights between Rey and Kylo on that boat before Finn screamed Rey at her. I mean, there's certain moments of it that I really enjoyed that I thought that they did well. But we've done our Star Wars retro cap
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right.
It's on
Uh,
YouTube. Go look it up. Nintendo possibly remaking, releasing, remastering all the Mario games. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Give
Sunshine.
me that Mario Galaxy.
Now, are they gonna do like a download discounted pricing or like full priced new games?
Okay, so this is we've already talked about the Nintendo tax. Dude, it's Nintendo. If
Yeah.
they remake these games, they put effort into them at all, you're paying
$60.
you're paying at least 40.
So
At
yeah,
least.
so like I like the idea, but like don't charge full price for like a new game.
Be
If
kind of
it's the
cool if they
same
did like
game.
an All Stars thing where they did a slight remaster, like just barely touched it and just fixed the controls a little bit, like brought them to modern day stuff and just $60 for like all of the classic ones, I
Yeah,
guess.
like that'd be all right. Like a full price game price for like,
A collection.
3, 4. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I could see that, but again, it's Nintendo.
Like
They're
Mario
not about
Collection 1 and Mario Collection 2, I don't know.
they're not about value.
No.
Link's Awakening is a great example of that.
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
I
it was
like,
awesome.
thanks.
Yes, I enjoyed it, but $60
not 3 hours.
was
Not full price.
yeah. But I bought it, and like they
Yeah,
know.
I
They
mean,
know what they're
it
doing.
works. Yeah, it works, but like I just don't agree with it.
Mm-hmm.
Video games have been deemed healthy and offer solace during Corona quarantine. So screw you, WHO.
No, who said?
Who
that?
said it was? The WHO, the World Health something Operations Organization, came out and said that video games are being given to people who are being self-isolated or have coronavirus to help relieve stress and things like that.
Yeah, no
So-
shit.
Yeah. This is the same organization who 2 years ago were trying to get video games listed as a deadly, like, addiction.
I mean, there are people that can be addicted to them.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing that, but
Look at this podcast.
it's good to, for it's like those memes and just anything that make me kind of laugh and a little happy, where it's like, now's our time to shine, boys. Like, here we go.
It's a safe alternative to what we usually do. Right now we're supposed to shelter in place, don't do anything. So like, you can have
Joke's
fun,
on you.
you can have a fun time just kind of playing video games.
If this had happened back when I was, like, playing World of Warcraft, I'd be fine. I'd be set.
Well, I mean, you could always start back up.
No, I'm good.
So this week in Fuck Randy Pitchford news, Gearbox pays their development staff below the industry average, but they make up for it with profit sharing. After their game's release, at the game's success, you can make a lot of money. They made a lot of money with Borderlands 2. So since then, things haven't been great. Colonial Marines, fuck you, and Battleborn, not the best things. Nope. So Borderlands 3 was their big, chance. Here we go. For all intents and purposes, not gonna play it because fuck Randy Pitchford. It sold incredibly well. It did really well, reviewed well. The people that like Borderlands like it. It's a good game, by that metric. However, during a recent meeting with staff, Randy told everyone that they're going to be making a little less than they were originally told off of the bonuses. So when people kind of complained about it, he told them if they don't like it, they can quit, which is super, super cool to say to people during a global pandemic, Randy. You know what? Randy is on the Scorsese list. We didn't need to say that, but I would almost call it the Randy list.
It's the Pitchford list.
Yeah, fuck that guy, dude.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I hate him.
Yeah, I'll say this with Gearbox. I say fuck Gearbox a lot, jokingly with my friends. I know there are good people working there, very much like I said last week with the GameStop stuff where, yeah, for all intents and purposes, fuck GameStop, blah, blah, blah. But there's still good people involved with them. So
fuck them on a corporate level.
Yeah, I feel bad. Honestly, I feel really bad for the people that work there right now. That they're in a really rough spot where, for all intents and purposes, they were conned. Surprise, surprise. Now they're they're kind of stuck. They can't afford to leave and go to a different area and all this with what's going on. So they're kind of screwed in a way. I feel really bad for them.
It's really bad that. Yeah, I love Borderlands also, and I just will not play it because I don't want to support Randy.
Yeah, I think the rumors and news is that Gearbox is looking to go public. I think if they go public, Randy's fucking out. I don't see a board of directors and shareholder being oh yeah, this is the guy. So if that happens, hopefully, that fucker's out.
Mm-hmm.
I wish the people at Gearbox the best. I honestly think once, things smooth out a little bit, I think some of their best people are going to say, fuck you, I'm out, and move on. Because I know a lot of developers would love to have, some of the talent that they have there, elsewhere. And, they'll be compensated. They're not rolling a dice whether the game is good or not, because you can't really trust Randy to
shut up.
Well, shut up and like, look at Colonial Marines. That thing was a clusterfuck. Like, that's the biggest example of it. By all means, that should have been a success, even a small scale one, but it was just horribly managed. So, anyways, fuck Randy Pitchford. Moving on.
Sony has launched a $100 million COVID-19 relief fund, so that's really cool.
Are you sure it's $100 million?
It's $100 million.
It's a lot of zeros.
Yeah.
So what do they do with this?
They're basically just, from what I read, they're working on just donating that to people in need.
Yeah.
And countries that need help, kind of thing. So that's cool. Good job, Sony.
Yeah. There's been a lot of companies
stepping
up. I think Jason and I kind of have a predilection for Sony. Just, we need to take note of the companies that are doing the right things right now, and then we also need to take note of the companies that are doing the wrong things by their staff and by their policies and the way they're reacting to this.
Gearbox.
So, yeah, I mean, not so much that, but
Hobby
shit
Lobby.
like, I was going to say Hobby Lobby.
Wait, what's Hobby Lobby doing?
Dude, they like stayed open really for like way longer than they should have, because that shit's not essential at all. Like, at the most fabric for making masks and stuff. Like, that's.
But Joanne Fabrics was offering free pickup for fabric if you were making masks.
Yes.
And that's it.
And then after they finally like closed down, they sent an email out to all their employees and were like, oh, by the way, like a fuck ton of you are fired. And then kind of did some like, it's in God's hands type thing. So go fuck yourselves.
Damn, Hobby Lobby?
Yeah. Go Michaels.
Going to Michaels now.
Pew. Yep. I've kind of not liked Hobby Lobby for a while.
They only sell interior decoration stuff for 50% off all the time anyways.
Well, that's where I get all my whittling stuff.
Yeah, let's plan a trip to Michaels once this all.
Yeah.
Everyone go to Michaels.
There's other hobby stores I want to go to right now, but we haven't mentioned them yet this whole podcast, so maybe we can make it through.
So Magic the Gathering. And this kind of seemed like it was going to be kind of an April Fool's thing.
I thought it was.
Doing
totally thought it was.
Crossover with Godzilla. So the cards aren't like Godzilla. The card says Godzilla, but it's kind of like a proxy for another card in the set. It just has Godzilla artwork and text on it and stuff. So they're a bunch of them. There are, I think, 16 total
16.
cards. Angarius, Baby
Gigan.
Godzilla, Biolante, Bioquartz, Space Godzilla, Destroya, Dorat, Ghidorah, Gigan, Godzilla. So there's 3 Godzillas. There's 2 King Caesar cards. There's a Mothra, there's a Rodan, there's a Space Godzilla, and then there are 3 cards that are Japanese only, and that is Crystalline Giant, Dirge Bat, and Mothra's Great Cocoon.
Now, did you hear the issue with the Space Godzilla card?
Yeah, it was called Death Corona, right?
Yes.
They changed that, or they're changing it.
They're
changing that. So
It's a death COVID.
Yeah. So the way to get these cards, so the Godzilla King of Monsters card, you can only get by buying a booster box from a Magic the Gathering retailer. Like people who have the buy a box promo, you get it from there. So the other way to get the other cards is they're going to be in collector booster packs, which are different than the normal booster packs that they have for this upcoming set. and they're like, I think $25, and they come with like 2 of the cards, and they're random, and some other kind of like Magic the Gathering cool stuff if you're into that. I'm almost tempted to buy one of the collector's packs.
So bad. I want it so bad because I'm a big Godzilla fan and I like Magic the Gathering, but it's like I don't need this and the other disease that I have in my life.
Yeah, the Biolante card looks cool. I would go for that. And then of course I want the Gigan one. So, or Gigan, whatever you want to call him. Other than that, the set, like, I don't play Magic the Gathering anymore, but I still subscribe to like the subreddit and follow some of the card stuff here and there. The set that's coming out looks pretty cool. Like there's a green enchantment that basically taps a creature and then gives it +20/+20, which if you play Magic, you start with 20 health.
Yeah, it hits you real hard.
So, but you can also use it, it's an instant, so you can use it on, like, before you attack, you can tap one of their creatures and swing it. Like the card, like there seems to be some cool cards in this set. So depending on how they do the like pre-constructed decks, I might just pick up one of those and then leave it at that. So we'll see. I don't know.
Give me some Godzilla pre-constructed decks. I want Rodan.
I think I don't know.
Anyways, yeah.
Maybe they'll do that because it's a way to get people who are casual into like actually spending money on their stuff. That's kind of it for news. Other than April Fool's Roundup. You like that?
We're gonna do that every year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to do that every year now. I love that. So I found this one out on accident, but I logged on Overwatch on April 1st, and I was playing the game, and everyone had googly eyes. Like, the bobbly eyes and the ultimates that have eyes have googly eyes. So, out of nowhere, a giant dragon cloud formation was flying at me with googly eyes. Made me really happy.
Yeah, those are the fun April Fool's kind of jokes.
Yeah, For Honor had a really funny one too, where all of the player characters were the size of like hobbits, and all the regular NPCs were giant. So that was fun. Pokemon Go.
April Fools.
Everyone okay?
Yeah, like Penny fell on the floor. Pokemon Go sprite swapped a lot of stuff. Like if you were near a tree Pokemon, it was like just a tree on your game. If you played Pokemon Go, that's kind of funny. Modern Warfare had 10v10 on very, very tiny maps that are meant for like 3v3.
And then they changed like the names of the lists, so you would like go into one queue and it was a totally different thing.
Yeah, that pissed people off though. I like that though. Did you see that one? Amazon Prime had The Good Boys.
Nope.
Instead of The Boys, and if you tried to look up The Boys, it was just a bunch of, it's like basically The Boys like thing, but it was a bunch of dogs. Cool. So
was there a bulldog?
No, it was like golden retrievers and shit like that. FDG Entertainment, I don't know what else they've made, but they teased a fake DuckTales game.
Yeah, it looked cool.
It looked really good, so I'm actually really bummed out that that wasn't real.
Yeah.
Zombie Army Trilogy for Game Boy. That was just kind of dumb. I don't like April Fool's jokes like that. I don't like the ones that are like, okay, well that's obviously fake.
Yeah.
I like the ones that are actually in game.
Yeah.
And Platinum Games teased a fake remake of Terra Cresta, an arcade game that came out like in the 80s.
Yeah.
It looked really cool too, so I got hyped, and then it's not real.
I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually did it though. But yeah, they actually even did it as part of their like Platinum 4 that they've been like announcing and teasing stuff. So now if you go to the site, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a 5 now. So I don't know.
April Fools.
You got me. All right. So we're going to talk about Marvel. Comics,
Never heard of it.
TV, video games, movies. We're going to kind of go through the past, present, and future and pretty quickly here. I mean, we're kind of, running long already, but we're going to just talk about Marvel. Like all three of us are pretty big Marvel fans. growing up, now and probably still will be for a while. So
I had Spider-Man undies when I was growing up. I got Spider-Man undies on now.
right now,
Yeah.
Prove
nothing
it.
else. I'll send you a picture later.
Put up on our YouTube.
Yeah,
Can y'all see it? Yeah, I'll do a full thing on YouTube.
We'll do it on Instagram. Why Marvel? Like growing up as a kid, what like how did you get into Marvel?
As opposed to like DC.
Yeah, or just like what was your like gateway into it?
I guess for me, I never really got into like comic books, but I got into like the cartoons and then the video games.
What cartoons?
X-Men.
Yeah, okay.
That's, what else? Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But
But like not,
Yeah.
but not earlier though. Like you didn't like Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends or anything like that.
No, like the old like 60s ones.
I don't know if that one was that 60s?
I think it's
The one with like
80s.
the meme where they're like pointing at each other.
Yeah, I don't think that's. I don't know. Anyways, okay.
But yeah. I don't know, but yeah, I got into like I love like the Marvel cartoons. A buddy of mine was into the comics, and he kind of started getting me into it. Started reading a couple of them, but like I don't know, I just couldn't get into like the actual comic book. I just would watch the movies, play the games.
Those early movies were shit.
Yeah.
Which early movies?
Punisher.
Oh, I was sitting here like, no, the X-Men 1 and 2 are excellent.
One was eh.
1
Two
was
really-
okay. 2 is really good.
2 was really
It's
good.
good.
3 was.
It's like Spider-Man 1 is.
Yeah,
I need to go back and watch now, but Spider-Man 2 is really good.
I like the Raimi movies, except for 3.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
3 is the first movie that I remember going into the theater and walking out feeling legitimately disappointed.
I really looked forward to 3. Like
Yeah,
when
everyone did.
I was like, oh my god, I can't wait till this movie comes out. Like years before it actually came out. Or,
Wait,
like,
so you were like, ooh, Topher Grace, let's do this.
no. Well, yeah, but no, but like I was like that was like the first like I liked the X-Men movies, but like the Spider-Man series on the Raimi movies, that's what like really got me like hooked into it and hoping like something big would happen. Cause right when Spider-Man came out, that Ang Lee's Hulk came out like a year later or something. So like I thought like okay they're gonna do like a universe thing, and that didn't happen. But yeah.
Good. I think honestly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
would not have been great back then.
Yeah.
What about the Daredevil movie? I heard that was really good.
Yeah, I never saw that, to be honest.
The Ben Affleck one?
Yeah.
It was okay.
I would give it a 4.
Yeah.
10. I think
Yeah.
that's a fair pass. I think that's a fair rating for it. I got into Marvel in a really weird way that I was on a road trip to St. Louis because that's where most of my family lives, and my dad let me pick out like a magazine to read for the trip, and I picked a Fantastic Four comic book. And that was like my first ever comic book I ever owned. And that kind of brought me into wanting to read comics more, and I started collecting like Spider-Man 2099 after that. Yeah.
So much edge.
Yeah, I liked it a lot, and then the Spider-Man TV show X-Men started coming out on like TV, and of course it's like Fox every Saturday morning. You had to watch that and eat your cereal. And I think I had on one of my older computers, I had a Spider-Man Create Your Own Comic or something like that video game for it with like the animated series art, and that really just got me really big into Spider-Man. Like I was a skinny, nerdy dude back in still, so I really related to Peter Parker.
So, you took the joke away from me.
Yeah, I felt it. I could sense I'm like, I gotta take this away from Ryan. After that, I just started reading more and more comics. Of course, it's like the 90s, so like I read all of the Venom saga, and
Yeah.
Maximum Carnage came out on Super Nintendo. I played the shit out of that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the PS2 and PS1 or the PS1 Spider-Man games were really good. So that was it. I was really into Spider-Man back in the day.
I think everyone was when they were younger. Like,
Yeah,
and just,
it's easy.
So my Marvel stuff kind of started with the comic like cards, like the specifically series 2 for whatever reason. I guess we moved into like a new neighborhood and the kids in the neighborhood they collected those cards and talked about them and kind of played, that's Marvel heroes and stuff. So kind of got into it that way. And just when we would go to the store, I would ask my parents to buy me a comic book. And yeah, Spider-Man, obviously. I remember I had the Todd McFarlane cover one. It was like yellow with like Spider-Man on it or whatever. And another character I was really into for whatever reason was Sleepwalker, which like no one really remembers him anymore, but
I don't know who that is.
it was this guy who, when he fell asleep, this like being came out of his head and like would like fight crime and stuff, but he kind of looked like a monster, kind of like he was green with these like big red eyes,
Is
almost
that
like
Marvel?
an alien. Yeah, he was kind of like, I don't know, I just thought he was kind of cool, like. And I remember there was like a crossover issue with Spider-Man and Sleepwalker, and that was like really cool to me. And I don't know. So my sister got really into X-Men with the cartoon, so she started like collecting those, and she would like hide them from me, and then I would have to like go in her closet and find them and read them without her knowing. And so if you're listening, Jennifer, sorry, I read the shit out of your comics. I remember her freaking out the issue where Magneto pulled all the adamantium off of Wolverine's bones.
Right.
Yeah, that was
super
brutal.
Super hardcore. Yeah, I just like Marvel. Like the characters are cool. I remember, and I don't mean to like bash on DC, but I remember like getting some of the DC cards and some other stuff, and it just, for whatever reason, it just felt just lame to me. Like, and I don't mean to be, again, derogatory, and that's just how it felt as a kid. Like Superman just didn't seem cool or edgy enough. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think Batman was kind of goofy around that time too, except for the cartoon. The cartoon's kind of what made me be like, you know what, actually Batman's pretty cool. But I remember like, and maybe it was the Batman TV show that I used to watch on like Nickelodeon and Nick at Night or whatever channel it came on.
Oh, the 60s
Adam
Batman?
West.
And so I think that, honestly, like now I look back on that and I think it's awesome, but I think as a kid I looked at that and was like,
No, I love that as a kid.
me too, but I think like once you get past, you get into that edgelord phase of being a kid where you want it to be like
Ryan was in the Attitude Era of WWE at the time.
I was actually more WCW than WWE.
He was a Wolfpack member.
I don't know. No,
anyways.
I was on the Goldberg hype train. We're just anyways.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like the original movies, yeah, I like Spider-Man. I remember writing a review for it in my high school newspaper. I kind of liked X-Men, but I really did like X2. Like I thought that one was much better.
God, Nightcrawler was just so cool in that movie.
Yeah, the opening sequence with Nightcrawler was really, really cool.
Like top 10 of like any Marvel movie still.
And the first 2 Spider-Man movies are really cool. Blade was kind of cool. I remember like in the Blade movies.
Yeah, I forgot that.
I watched Blade 3 at the theater.
I never seen that.
Is that the one with Ryan Reynolds?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I leaving the theater, Tim Duncan was leaving the same auditorium.
Oh, look at that.
So look at that.
Hey,
did y'all both look disappointed?
Yeah. What year did that come out?
I don't know, 2099, 2001. I don't know.
All right, so I watched it with a champion. Yeah.
So, kind of going to the present, I guess, since the MCU has, started. What, like, do you watch any of the Marvel, I guess, shows? I watched some of I watched the original, like, early runs, but I stopped kind of at Defenders for the Netflix shows. And I've watched pretty much all of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. through the ups and downs. Like, the show was kind of cool at the beginning, and then it took a dip, and then it got a little bit better for a while.
I heard it did get pretty good later, a little bit later.
Yeah, it did. So,
Is
It's
it
a
still
little.
going on?
I think they're on the last season now. I think they're getting ready to do that. I can't remember though.
Of all the Marvel shows, like I watched, of course, the Netflix ones, and I didn't try Agents of Shield just because I was mad that they brought Phil Coulson back, and I thought that kind of ruined his character's arc.
Hmm.
And then I watched The Inhumans.
Oh yeah.
I never saw Inhumans.
I watched
Yeah.
15 minutes of it, not even the premiere one. Like after it came out, people said how bad it was because I remember looking at it and going, "Yeah,
Yeah, I wanted to like it because I really like Black Bolt and I really like Medusa, so I was really hyped for it. And then I saw what it was, and I'm like, oh wow, this is bad. It's probably the only thing that the current Marvel has done that's just really bad.
I don't I really like the Netflix ones. I think Daredevil season 1 is still my favorite. That hallway scene is awesome.
Yeah, it's Old Boy.
yeah." I think both Daredevil season 1 and 2 were probably.
Even season 3 is good.
I still
don't
haven't,
think I watched it.
I haven't seen season 3.
It's really
It
good
was
too.
I think it was good. I think
Charlie
Luke Cage-
Cox is just awesome.
Yeah. There's rumors that he's coming back.
Yeah.
Luke Cage is really good. Like the
Luke
first
Cage is
season of Luke
good.
Cage.
Yeah.
The first half of the season.
The
of
first
Luke
half
Cage
is
was
good.
pretty
Yeah.
good.
The first half with Blade in it.
Oh, Marsha Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Cottonmouth. Yeah, it was really good.
Oh,
and
he's
then
gonna
the
be Blade?
second, yes, and then the second half with I think Diamondback
Yeah, that was
not good.
It was like what? Why is this here? Like just tell one story and complete it. Don't like.
They needed something for him to fight against that could, I guess, match his power level or whatever, but it was not good.
bad. And then Iron Fist was trash.
Yeah,
it
which
was half of
that
Iron
one
Fist
hurt.
and stopped.
that one hurt.
I didn't even.
It was
I didn't
It was
even
better
see
by
Defenders.
it was better by the end of it. Defenders was okay, but But I would say, as far as Agents of Shield goes, once Captain America: Winter Soldier came out in theaters and they did the twist of that on the show, was when that show got really good. When
Okay.
they split some of the cast and the were on the run because
Hydra.
Shield is now, synonymous with Hydra, and that's when it got really good. But up until that point, it seemed like it was stagnant until we got to that. Just another example of Winter Soldier probably being
A lot of the
best.
animated cartoons have been really good too.
Yeah, some of those were okay.
Like it's made for children more than like the cartoons that we watched growing up, but like Avengers Assemble is really good, and
Yeah.
Earth's Mightiest Defenders is really good.
I will say that I think that is by far the one thing that DC has over Marvel is their animation
Yeah.
studios and releases are much, much better.
Yeah, because they aim for like the movies geared towards adults rather than
Mhm.
cartoons geared towards children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just, those are. So what is your favorite Marvel movie that has been released to this point?
MCU?
Yeah.
Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Winter Soldier, I think, is the best movie. I think Endgame is the one that I like to watch the most still.
Yeah,
Right.
just
Yeah.
there's so much
Because
fan service in that.
Endgame has like my favorite movie moment of all time in it with Avengers Assemble. But I think Winter Soldier as a whole was just there was MCU finding where they're gonna like their footing and just they rolled with it after that.
The Russo brothers.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was
I
their
mean,
first movie.
That and Guardians, like those two
Yeah.
movies were just like MCU finally finding out how to run with it.
Yeah, I would say Winter Soldier is the best one, and I'd say probably my second is Thor Ragnarok.
That movie's so good too.
Yeah. Thor Ragnarok. It's just fun.
Yeah,
You can like just watch that and just have a good time.
yeah,
Yeah. Same with Endgame. Like it's gonna be on the top of like everyone's list. So I'm kind of like retiring that. Like yes, that is the best. I'll put it aside. But yeah. Winter
I would
Soldier.
even say Infinity War is better than Endgame. I think Infinity War is a better movie than Endgame, but I think Endgame was just so fun that you forget about it.
It's an amazing like conclusion to
Yeah.
all.
Mhm. So
What about what about like the hidden gem? What do you think is the hidden gem MCU movie?
I would say, like, honestly, I would say probably Winter Soldier again. Like, I think a lot of people, since it's kind of far back and it's not this like Civil War and it's not,
It's not like a collaboration of all the
yeah,
characters.
it's not a big flashy movie for the most part. It's a very like espionage thriller with like superhero moments, of course, and big action sequences and everything. But like, I would also say it has
It's a
its
movie that could-
problems, but so let me kind of rephrase that question a little bit, Jason.
Yes.
What is the worst Marvel movie, MCU movie that you like?
Worst MCU movie that I like?
that I like.
Yes.
Like it's rated low, but I like it. Is
Mhm.
Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Now, everyone said Doctor Strange was just Iron Man redone again, but I think Doctor Strange is my third favorite MCU movie. But
Really?
I love the character already, and I think that what they did with like the magic and the special effects of that movie are unmatched in any of the other movies.
Yeah. Adrian.
I would probably say, God, there's not so many that are like low rated though. Like I guess like Thor Ragnarok. I'm sorry, Thor 2 would be like the lowest.
More or less.
I'd say Iron Man 2 is probably like the lowest of them,
Okay, I guess
or
there is.
or the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
No, I guess that would be it then. Like,
Everyone sleeps on that one.
Yeah.
I do like Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Um,
It's not
it-
awful, but
no, the reason I like it is because like it kind of started. That's where everything started getting set up for the bigger universe.
Yeah, Iron Man 2 definitely led to Captain and Thor.
It was like that's where like all the Easter eggs for the future movies were being dumped.
yeah.
It's a cash grab and
To
everything,
the-
but like
To that movie's detriment, though, you know.
yeah.
What about you, Ryan? What was the
I'd say Iron Man 3, just because I like Shane Black and
fuck that movie?
there are things I really don't like about it, but there were just some kind of cool moments, like all the armors at one time, kind of like armor wars in a little way. I really like, probably one of my favorite comic book like runs of all time is the Warren Ellis, Eddie Granov Extremis run. So the fact that they even try to do Extremis, even though they did it not all that well. And I love Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin. I just wish it wasn't a like.
I wish
bait
it was
switch.
the Mandarin. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
Yeah,
movie,
that's
I
what
hate
kind of
that movie more than
kind
Rise of Skywalker.
that
That movie's
hate-
my Rise of Skywalker.
sweet. I'm
Uh,
glad I
why
could.
why do you hate it so much?
Glad I
the-
could stir up controversy.
The Mandarin
Is the
is
Mandarin
one of my favorite villains, and for them to do what they did with that really pissed me off. I don't like. I'm that one person who thinks Pepper Potts is a boring character who gets way too much screen time because it gets Gwyneth Paltrow, and at the fact that she like was in it as much as she was. I don't like what they did with Iron Patriot. It's just a lot of that movie just pisses me off.
They took a lot of elements from other things and mishmashed them. It wasn't great, but again, I
Right.
think it gets more hate than it deserves.
I think
so.
I think Robert Downey playing Tony Stark with PTSD was the best part of that movie, and that was it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where
That's
I'm at
it.
with that. So
Shout out, honorable mention for Ant-Man though. I love Ant-Man.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I think that's it falls in the other category of like just a fun movie, like
Yeah.
Ant-Man and Thor Ragnarok.
Favorite Marvel character currently,
MCU.
Or just all Marvel?
all together. You can do a few if you have a few.
I'll do past, present, and then work from there. Past, I would say Venom was my favorite, and
Yeah.
present is Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Yeah.
Past like early Wolverine. That was like
Yeah, everyone.
top shit back there. Yeah. Present. I really like Thanos. Like just like the MCU version, just kind of like
Dude, there's some comics you got to read if you like Thanos, man.
Thanos is cool.
Yeah.
The Thanos like limited series was really good and has one of my favorite like current Marvel characters in it.
It's like super, I don't know, just like more detail, more depth to the like, just a more depth to the character than like the other villains. They're kind of like
Yeah.
one-offs.
Yeah.
For me, past would probably just be Spider-Man. Like,
Everybody.
yeah, he was cool.
I like Venom.
I mean, yeah, but like
Yeah.
by that same point, I loved like Venom. I was really into like all the X-Men. I was really into Daredevil, like, but just as a whole, like Spider-Man was kind of my gateway into a lot of this. I'm not really gonna I'm gonna cheat and say like my path to where I am now was kind of like weird. Like I got back into comics like 2004, maybe 2003, 2004, and like Extremis, like the Iron Man, like I loved Iron Man, I still do. But like then it went to like Iron Fist and Moon Knight, like I really liked those. And then Captain America for a long time, because the Ed Brubaker run on Captain America was so freaking good. And he did a run on Iron Fist with Matt Fraction as well. And Ed Brubaker was really good at taking characters that were kind of like when I was a kid, I thought Iron Fist was like lame as fuck. Like I made fun of Iron Fist.
Iron Fist is badass.
And now like
That costume.
after that Brubaker Fraction run, like Iron Fist was like my favorite. Like I loved him. So it kind of like jumped around a whole lot.
Gotta pick one, Ryan. Gotta do
recently it was Daredevil, and then I gotta say like it's Moon Knight. Like
it. Right now, Moon Knight?
yeah, he's just always been like you're able to do a lot of different things with him, and just and then I'll definitely say honorable mention goes to Cosmic Ghost Rider, which do you know anything about Cosmic Ghost Rider?
No.
Okay, so Cosmic Ghost Rider spins out of one of the Thanos comics I was kind of saying a little bit about. It is Frank Castle who has bonded with the Ghost Rider spirit. I forgot the name of it, but is now Ghost Rider and became a herald of Galactus. So he has Ghost Rider and the Power Cosmic and the Punisher, but he's just like gone batshit crazy through all the stuff he's been through, and like all life in the universe for the most part has been extinguished, and he like just rides around on this crazy space motorcycle with like laser guns, and it's just fucking cool. Like, hey, just look up Cosmic Ghost Rider. He's fucking awesome. Like it's like almost like a Mars Attacks helmet type thing on his head, but inside it's like the skull floating, and there's like flames like all inside the helmet. It's like
it's heavy
cool.
metal.
Yeah, it's awesome. But yeah.
Yeah.
So look into the future. Where do you think Marvel's going?
I think for the films and television show, I think that they're really just focused on diversity, and I love that.
Yeah.
Like the comics have been doing it for a while with like Miles Morales and like the movie, the Enter the Spider-Verse, probably the best Marvel film made.
That's way up there
really
for
like that
sure.
one.
And I think that with Marvel's really focusing on diversity and really are going to focus on that a lot with their Netflix, with the Disney Plus shows. Like the Miss Marvel, I'm super excited about. She-Hulk, I'm really excited about.
Isn't that what's her name?
Who?
Aubrey
Alison Brie?
No. Aubrey Plaza?
No, they haven't announced anything yet officially.
Yeah, the MCU shows are, man, if they can be anywhere near the Mandalorian quality, whoo.
They're doing that Moon dude that you talked about.
Oh yeah, Moon. Oh, man, if they get that right, holy shit.
Even Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like that looks
yeah,
pretty cool.
I hope, and like that's one of the things I hope that leans more towards the Ed Brubaker style because
Yeah.
that's where the Winter Soldier comes from, is from that run on the comics.
Those
And-
Disney Plus shows are complete, aren't they?
No, I think
No.
the Winter Soldier and Falcon are finished, but Loki was filming and it's now postponed for now.
And I think WandaVision's in post, I think.
Yeah, WandaVision's in post.
I bet they
I'm really
speed those up.
excited.
I bet they
for
speed those up and drop them soon.
They
sooner
can't
than-
really speed them up though because
No, I don't.
Well,
think-
not the filming ones, but like the ones that are like complete. Like
No,
they're
I
waiting
don't.
for the state.
I don't see them speeding them up. They already pushed them up already. I think.
I think
They're
that
gonna-
they, from what I understand, they also have to wait because those shows have to do with the whole phases now. Like you have to watch
Oh,
those
right,
shows
right,
in order to know what's going on, and depending on what they do with Black Widow, if it's actually phase 4, if it's just like a phase 3, but I
Right,
really
like-
hope Black Widow is more of a bringing her back to life rather than her send off.
No.
Maybe that's the one
I
that you
think-
can't announce.
Yeah, no. I death needs to be permanent in these for it to like.
That's never
Have
permanent.
you-
comic book,
have
though.
you
No,
read
no.
any
I know.
comics
It,
ever?
I know exactly. I know. But like,
I want them to
you,
like
you're gonna
have it-
feel you're gonna feel nothing if there are no stakes.
Yeah, but that's maybe why they didn't really focus on her death as much as like Tony Stark's. Like I think that she died giving herself to the Soul Stone, and like my theory is that this whole movie takes place in the Soul Stone, and she's trying to like redeem herself to prove herself good enough to come back to life.
Oh, see, like if they do that, that's pretty good.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. But that's what I hope. I hope Doctor Strange 2 is just freaking bonkers.
It looks like it's supposed to be really good. It's the
I can't wait.
They said that's supposed to be like the first kind of like horror.
Yeah, but then the
Themed.
director who said that is out, and they're trying to get Sam Raimi, so that's even better.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
He
I hope,
directed Evil fucking Dead.
I hope it is Nightmare like they've been teasing. I hope it's as good as they've been teasing. I can't wait to see Wanda and Doctor Strange team up.
Yeah, it's supposed to tie in with WandaVision, isn't it?
Yeah, like WandaVision's supposed to be a prequel for this movie.
Yeah. So
What about you, Adrian? What are you hoping for in the history or in the future of Marvel?
Shit, I don't know. I just hope I really want to see a good Fantastic Four for once.
Mm-hmm.
I feel I think it might go to what's his name? Krasinski. That's where all the fan hopes are. He's
I
into
hope
it.
I hope he directs it too. Like he's a fantastic director.
That'd be good.
Yeah. I mean, he's a good director, but this needs to be like a spectacle science thriller, like team up, crazy,
Yeah, but I mean, they said the same thing whenever Taika Waititi took over Thor,
I know.
and whenever the Russo brothers took over everything Marvel, all they really done before that was Community.
I know.
So
I'm
we'll
just
see.
saying. Mm-hmm.
If he's
No.
good enough, let him do it.
I
Yeah.
have good faith in Marvel's decisions. Yes, Feige.
Yeah. Are there any characters from the comics other than X-Men and Fantastic Four that you want to see?
Adam Warlock.
Yeah,
He
but they already
should be
kind
in
of said.
They already
3.
said he's going to be in it, but
Volume 3, yeah.
Sentry.
Ugh. If they did it like they did in Siege, like that could be insane. That could be a Thanos type, like
Sentry would be so sick.
a Thanos type threat where,
Yeah.
especially if they bring in the Void and all that. So
I don't know. They're
Uh,
bringing the Eternals in, so
yeah.
You think he'll do the Annihilus?
Oh, dude. Yeah, I hope they bring in
I think that'll be the next
a
Cosmic God.
good Nova.
I want Ultron to come back.
I do too.
I think
Mm.
James Spader's Ultron is one of the most underspoken characters from the
Okay.
MCU.
Mm,
I think that's the one that's rated lowest that I did like because
Mhm.
exactly, like it should come back and should be better. Like that's his whole thing. Like he comes back. Like he's like a virus.
that's what Ultron does in the comics, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
right.
surprised we'll see. Yeah, I want a good Nova. Not Kid Nova. I didn't like that. Give me like a good Richard Rider, ultra powerful Nova.
Rips the spine out of a Nihilus Nova.
Yeah, reaches in his mouth and pulls his guts out.
I think Galactus is coming back.
I think Galactus is like a Phase 9.
No,
like they have to set up Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
A lot before they bring in Galactus. Like if they bring in Galactus, they have to have a Fantastic Four solo film or quad film or whatever. Then they have to find a way to bring Silver Surfer into the picture first.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think the Eternals is gonna be kind of like the gateway to
that stuff.
To that stuff, yeah.
I want Beta Ray Bill. And Thor: Love and Thunder.
I could see that. Give me a good Daredevil. Bring it around back in. Let Charlie Cox bring it in. Come on.
Yep.
So last and real quick, will they ever be able to top Endgame?
Oof.
Yes, but they have to do it slow burn again. And they have to find a way to keep people interested. I think that they have to find a way to bring the X-Men into the picture without people being like, like they have to do that smart. They have to bring in the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and find a way to bring back the original Avengers to team up with all of them.
It's possible they can, but it's going to be difficult, and I don't know if they can personally top it for me, just because of how much of that, like, that felt like such a period on the end of that sentence / exclamation mark.
Yeah. The only way they could do it is if it's like one film to finish all of it, and it's like everyone team up to fight Galactus.
Yeah, I guess like it's damn it.
See, but Galactus is a global scale threat. They would have to do something like the Annihilation Wave or something where it was the whole universe.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I hope.
We keep saying that.
I wish the best.
We'll see. We'll see.
That's how it is with these Marvel films. It's like, we'll see.
Right. So, speaking of we'll see, we are now on YouTube thanks to Jason. So,
yay.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
You can listen to us on Podbean, iTunes, and Spotify, and now also YouTube. And Jason is working on getting some video content ready at some point soon.
I've started filming me doing a tutorial on how to paint Necrons, the scheme that I do.
Cool.
Yeah.
Shoot these podcasts.
Shoot us an email at nextgenretroman@gmail.com.
Twitter at nextgenretroman.
Instagram nextgenretroman.
Facebook apparently is still a thing. .com/retroman.
Nextgenretroman. All right.
And of course the YouTube that we've mentioned. If you're on any of that, please listen, comment. We want to hear what y'all think. Like, give us something that you want to hear us talk about. Y'all are at home, and we'll give you a shout out.
Yeah.
Guy in the Netherlands.
No, he's gone now. We miss you.
So I will.
Okay, for your listens.
Sum up this episode in one word. Excelsior.
I was going to say marvelous.
I was going to say April Fools.
Mine's